Hello everyone, Manny here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to go through all of the information and details that we know about the early access release for Assetto Corsa EVO. We have all the cars have been unveiled, all of the tracks have been unveiled, all of the game modes have been unveiled, and a bunch of other stuff. So this video is just going to be sort of like a concise one-stop shop to pretty much get all of the information that you could possibly need about Assetto Corsa's first early access release. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go through all of the circuits first, then we're going to go through all of the game modes, and finally we're going to go through the list of the 20 cars that are going to be available on launch date, which is in 4 days on January 16th. So let's go ahead, let's get my ugly mug out of the way, and let's see this graphic here. So first early access release, we have 5 circuits. So we have Laguna Seca, we have Brands Hatch, Imola, Mount Panorama, and Suzuka. I think it's going to be 15 tracks in total by the launch in fall, and 100 cars in total by the full launch in fall. But so far, in early access, we're just going to have the 5 circuits and the 20 cars. So let's go ahead and move through. So single player game modes, we're going to have practice and quick race, which seems a little bit lackluster. I mean, practice is just going to be pretty much like time trialing, I guess. I don't know if there's going to be like a leaderboard. There should be a leaderboard if you want to keep the players interested, I guess, up until the Nürburgring and the little surrounding area around it will be released in summer. Then that obviously will... It's been told that it's going to get bigger, but we don't know how it's going to play out. So we'll just leave it up to Kuno's hands. We very much trust this company as opposed to other sim racing developers, which we shall not name drop here. Anyway, yeah, practice, quick race, I assume is going to be against AI. There's not going to be any multiplayer here, so again, it's single player quick race, so you can just load up some AI. I'm really curious to see how the AI behavior is going to be. I think in the Assetto Corsa video that was released by Marco, I think his name is, they did say that there has been some updates to the AI, the way that they behave, and also the gameplay that we saw from that one Sim Expo where all of the big YouTubers and streamers went to try it. It does seem like the AI is miles better than it was in regular Assetto Corsa and even Assetto Corsa Competizione, because let's be real, guys, that was a nightmare. AI in Assetto Corsa is just dog water. But anyway, I'm sure that they've done better. We're also gonna see the first step of the game economy be added, so we can rent cars, we can buy cars, we're gonna have leveling, we're gonna have XP, so we can level up our driver, we're gonna have a rank, which I assume this is either going to be based off of the times that you get, or how much money that you have, or how much driving time you have, or how many kilometers covered you have. I don't know how the rank is going to work. We'll wait and see. Rewards, I assume, is going to be for, you know, leveling up your rank. Driver profile is going to be all of your history, most probably, and some other things that you'd like to show off. Hopefully that's customizable. We're going to have the driving licenses, which I don't know exactly how it plays out. I'm sure there's been some information released. It's either going to be sort of like mixed in with the driving academy, although the driving academy is going to start teaching you the basics, which is more of a Gran Turismo sort of thing. Although Gran Turismo also has the driving licenses. I don't know if the driving licenses will like permit you or not allow you to drive certain cars on certain tracks due to power, how easy a car to drive is, how powerful it is, etc, etc. So I assume like you need a certain level of driving license to drive the Porsche Cup car, and, you know, a lower license to drive the Golf GTI. You know what I mean? Driving Academy, as I said, that's ripped straight off of Gran Turismo, so teaching you the basics. So I would assume racing lines, you know, braking zones, steering input, anything that, you know, will make you, you know, the basics of driving, basically. I'm rambling. Anyway, we also get VR support, which it is what it is. That's great. The fact that it comes out in early access and people who are on VR can experience it in VR. Hopefully, it's well polished because, you know, VR, while it has come a long way, there are still a bit of hurdles to go over, and the game is a bit demanding, so I would assume in VR would also be way more demanding. Anyway, triple screen support. You know, basic, a lot of people, a lot of sim racers are on triple screens. I used to be on triple screens. I got rid of them because it's just too much hassle. I just prefer my ultra wide. Easier, it takes up less space. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Showroom customization now. I think I got this wrong in one of my last videos, so I'm going to go ahead and correct myself. I think the showroom customization, the showroom is like where you can go to take pictures of the cars, I guess. So you can customize that. You can have different locations and you can put stuff, whatever. It could also mean your showroom, so your like the way that you display your cars, like I said in the previous video, sort of like when you buy a new house in GTA or you buy a new garage in GTA and it looks different, etc, whatever. And car customization, a huge thing. Obviously a lot of people are very excited for that. You can make cars unique, so I'm really excited to see you know, what people come up with, all the special builds. Hopefully there's going to be like some insane body kits, but we'll see, you know, how much permission Kuno's got from all the car manufacturers to mess around with their cars. So that's everything that we know so far. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go through the list of 20 cars now. So we have the Alfa Romeo Giulia, we have the Abarth 695 Biposto, we have the Ferrari 296 GTP, we have the Ford Escort Cosworth, which is, I'm, you know, specifically excited about this car for, I just have a soft spot for Cozzies, whatever. We have the GR86, obviously, the M4 CSL, which looks amazing, cannot wait to drive this one. The MX-5 Cup car, which again has to be in the game because it's in every single racing game that you can imagine, as it should be because it's one of the best sim racing cars of all time. The Lotus Emira, the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo, which again looks pretty sick. I assume this would need like a higher license to drive unless it's in practice, whatever. The AMG GT2, not much to say about this one. The first SUV that we have, which is the Alfa Romeo Junior. Yeah, again, not much to say. This one, it's just a grocery getter, whatever. The S2000 with the absolutely disgusting, yeah, I'm checking to see if you can see them. I'll zoom in on them. Absolutely disgusting headlight cleaners, whatever. That's the EU spec, which for the location that we're at makes sense because we're at the Nürburgring. Well, it's set in the Nürburgring, etc. I assume the whole universe is set in the Nürburgring, so the cars would reflect that, which is why this is an EU spec, not a JDM spec. Whatever, the bumper is EU spec, doesn't matter. We have the BMW M2 CS Racing, which, again, you know, super clean car, super cool, gonna be pretty good to drive. We had the 235i Racing on the base Assetto Corsa, so this is like an updated version of that. It's a whole racing series, but whatever. The 992 GT3 Cup car, which everyone knows about, not much to say about this one. The Golf Mark 8 GTI Club Sport, again, not much to say about this one. It's a Golf, it is what it is. The Alpine A110S, Alpine, whatever you want to say, tomato, who cares. We already knew about this one. This was in the gameplay footage that we saw. So was the Porsche 992 Cup car. The Camaro ZL1, which looks amazing. Muscle car, not much to say, again. The Hyundai i30 hatchback, the Alpine A290B concept, which looks absolutely wild with square wheels and whatever, yeah, square wheels, looks crazy. Crazy car, hopefully it's not electric. The Audi RS3 Sportsback, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the list of 20 cars, the list of 5 tracks, and all of the single-player game modes / aspects that we have. Also, all of the other things such as car customization, triple screen support, different game modes such as quick race and practice, etc. So that's pretty much everything that we know so far about the game. If they do release anything within the next upcoming 4 days here, I'll be sure to get that out to you guys as quickly as I possibly can. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it from me for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, because as I say in every video, 99% of you guys are not subscribed. So like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!